Welcome, everybody. Steve Raiken here, Raiken Profit. Just got done with an amazing Indian cuisine dinner. It was so good. If you guys haven't had Indian food before, I highly recommend it. But anyways, guys, feeling good. I'm ready to bring you guys some pretty cool content that somebody actually suggested today during one of the live broadcasts that we had earlier. And they wanted to talk a little bit about mugs. They were asking, hey, Steve, can you make money with mugs? And I want to share with you guys of a mug, or mugs plural, that can make you some really good money. Now, I do want to say before this show that finding these types of mugs are going to be extremely difficult, but it's possible. They're out there, especially at garage sales, thrift stores. Every now and then you'll get lucky. I found a couple of them. To be honest, I've been thrifting for 4 years. I've probably found 3 of these mugs, not these specific mugs, but I found different ones. We'll talk more about that. But yeah, welcome everybody. Hopefully you're having a great weekend. Let me do a quick mic check to make sure that everybody can hear me okay. So bear with me for one moment, and we're going to get into the top 11 most expensive Starbucks mugs that sold on eBay in 2017. So we're going to be talking about mugs. We're going to be talking about Starbucks, and I'm going to be sharing with you these 11 Starbucks mugs that are bringing in some really good money. So welcome everybody. Hopefully you're having a great weekend so far. And let me do a mic check and we'll get started momentarily. It's some really good money. So okay, cool. Also, let me know if you can hear me better. I'm actually using a different microphone this time. I'm using my what's the brand called? It's an Audio-Technica AT2020. So it might be sounding a little more crisp. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But either way, good to see you guys here. Be sure to smash that like button. Show some love. We got my main man, Robert Benares, in the house, who is a respected reseller, green room member, good friend of mine. Good to have you here. We've got Mischievous Mal. What's going on? Your voice sounds so crisp. Thank you. It's the microphone. Appreciate it, everybody. Cool. So welcome, Alfred Frank. Good to see you guys. Let me know in the comments section before we get started, have any of you guys ever sold a Starbucks mug? And if you have, how much did it sell for? So while those comments are coming in, let's dive into this show and let's share with you these top 11 most expensive Starbucks mugs that sold on eBay in 2017. So let me jump over to my other screen, and here we are. So the first mug that I found that actually sold on January 15th, had 9 bids, was this Jerusalem City mug. So Starbucks actually came out with these mugs where they have them for each individual city. I'm not sure if it's for every single city that exists in the world, but I know there's, a lot of the main cities have Starbucks mugs. So the Starbucks mugs that tend to do the best are the ones that are associated with like a really popular city. And people are willing to pay a lot of money for these because collectors collect these and they want them all. And some people don't want to have to travel all the way to Jerusalem to get a mug. So they're willing to pay whatever it pretty much takes to get their hands on it. And this one sold for $160.50. Let me share with you some of the pictures. Actually measured it too, which is very important with these mugs because mugs come in all different types of shapes and sizes. And as you see in this video, there's going to be some mugs that like literally fill gallons of liquid in it. Like really, really big mugs. So this one's, it looks like it's measuring in at about 4.5 inches. So that's really important. Be sure to look at the bottom of the mugs. That's where you'll see the information. So this is a city mug. Be on the lookout for the city mugs collector series, designed exclusively for Starbucks, and you'll see the year 2002. So that's one mug right there, $160.50. For real, somebody paid that, and there was actually 9 bids. Next up is a Edmonton, Canada, 2009 Global Icon City Collectors mug. And again, let's go to the bottom of the mug. So this is actually collector series. This one's a little different. 2009 right here, 16 fluid ounces. I mean, the cool thing with mugs is, you know, they're pretty easy to depict, right? You take a couple pictures, front, back, upside down, the inside, you know, let the people know the condition, right? Sometimes on mugs, you'll find chips, whether it's around the perimeter, or sometimes the handle might have a little crack or a ding or a piece missing. $160 right here. Edmonton, Canada. Pretty cool. 160 bucks. Next one that I found is, I don't even know what this is. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I see it says Starbucks Rare Mexico 2008. So this must be something to do with Mexico, a city in Mexico. You'll get a kick out of me trying to pronounce this. Zacatecas? I don't know. I'm going to be honest, guys. I don't know. $2,900. Now, I was looking. I couldn't find any other ones that have sold. So this might be a mistake. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Anyone out there who has a little more knowledge with these mugs, let me know. But this is a city mug right here. Let's take a look at some of the pictures. So it has a price tag of $165. So I'm not sure why that was priced so expensive, but it says $2,900. Let me do a quick little search with you guys live right now and see if we could find something. Here we go. Let's see if any others have sold. So there's nothing for sale. So I don't know if this was like just like fake bids or whatnot, but I found it. I don't know. It's interesting. This one, though, there were multiple ones that have sold. Some were selling for $300, $400. This one sold for $888. And I'll type this in. Some of these things are going for ridiculous amounts of money. So let me hit sold. Most expensive. Let's see price highs first. So there was one that went for $15.99, another one $12.50 best offer, and then they go down from there. So some of these Starbucks mugs are collector. You know, they're collectibles, right? People are looking for them. There's something about some of these Starbucks mugs that are rare. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not a collector of Starbucks mugs. I've only come across a few. But again, people were asking earlier today, can you make money with mugs? And when it comes to the city mugs, certain cities are just rare, hard to come across. And like I said, these things are collectibles. People collect them, and they want to catch them all, like Pokemon, right? They want to get them all. So I don't know. Seville, Spain, or Seville. I'm not sure. Again, guys, I don't know where this place is located. I see it's in Spain. Global Icon Collector Series. So, I mean, if you ever come across this, you pick it up. Next one is and I told you guys it's important to measure them, because this one is a giant Starbucks Abbey mug, 5-gallon. Yes, a 5-gallon mug. I don't know if this is a family mug and a big family. They come together and they all stick a straw in it and they sip their morning coffee. I don't know. 5-gallon, $400. Now, I don't know if this is the same one that my buddy was talking about, but I know recently, I don't know if it was a year ago or a couple months ago, Starbucks had released I don't think this is the one because I see it says circa 2001. But anyways, there was one that was released recently, and the stores had only got a couple each, and they were really big. And I know they were going for a couple $100, and you could get them in the store for like 60 or 70. I don't know if this is the same one, but every now and then Starbucks, they release these limited edition or these collector mugs where there's only a few that they release. And a lot of times you can make really good money from what I've heard. I haven't really flipped any of them. I've just heard it. So do your own research. But look at this big mug, $399. There's the bottom right there, 2001 Barista. 5-gallon. Holy, look at the soda compared to it. Who could drink the whole thing if it was full of coffee? That's what I want to know. Let me check the comments, see what's going on with everybody. I asked earlier if anybody was selling Starbucks mugs, if you have ever found one, and what's the most you ever sold them for. I'm going to look back in the comments now to see if anybody had found anything cool. So Amazon Seller 99 says Starbucks mugs from almost any tourist destination will sell very well. So Amazon Seller 99. I believe, has done well with these. So Callie Hats is saying, what up? Mugs that do sell, apparently sell. So Aaron Kluge is talking about a mug that I'm actually going to be sharing with you soon. Mischievous Mouse says, I sold some of those Matte Black Starbucks tumblers for about $60. Cool. So it looks like we've got some people in the comments. Bobby Moons is saying, not bad pronunciation, Raiken. That's a first, right? You guys know me. My brain is a little slow, and that's being kind when it comes to pronunciations. But anyways, we're here to make money. Zacatecas is close to my home state. Why so much? Errol Watson is asking. I think just because they're rare and they're collectibles. And, you know, when there's collectors that want an item and there's a lot of people who want them, there's a big market demand, supply and demand, right? If there's a big demand and not a lot of supply, you know, the price goes higher. And I think these things that they're just not a lot of them created, people are collecting them. And, you know, that's just the market right there. It's pretty crazy. Garage Flip says 5 gallon would hate to ship that thing. I hear you on that. All right, let's move on to the next item. Let me make sure my screen share is still working. Perfect. So kind of like the Pinnacle, or one of the most common ones. I don't know if most common is the best word to describe it, but I've watched a lot of haul videos of people, you know, sharing things that they found and sold. And I've seen quite a few people actually find these Seattle Starbucks city mugs and sell them. I think Starbucks, right? Starbucks was founded in Seattle. Isn't that right? I think so. So maybe they created more of these, right? Maybe there was more manufactured, but at any rate, $285, 2010 collector's mug, Seattle, discontinued as it's stating in the title. So that's probably another reason why these things are selling for so much. They're not creating some of these specific, you know, mugs anymore, which at the end of the day, it's going to raise the value. Looks like there's a chip on this one. Does that look like a chip back there? I think so. Chip. Is that a chip? I think so. 11 bids, $285. Discontinued Starbucks mug in excellent use condition. Check out other listings for additional cities. I remember when I was outsourcing with Jameson, he would stop at different when we were going through different states and stuff, he would always stop and pick up some mugs and send them into Amazon. They weren't going for anything this crazy. Sometimes you pick them up for 15 and sell them for $40 on Amazon, which I'm sure you might be able to still do. I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into them much lately. But like I said, mugs, they can definitely sell. And here we're just diving into the Starbucks mugs, which are, you know, pretty much top of the line. Here's another Starbucks mug that's sold. This is another big boy. It's not 5 gallon, but it's 2.5 gallons, limited edition, 2002 city mug, $260. I don't know who's paying this, right? I don't know if some people just have a lot of disposable income, or maybe they're even looking at it as an investment. I don't know. You know, on one of my earlier broadcasts, I put out the question of, would anybody invest in a lot of these rare Ralph Lauren items because it seems they're going up in value? Do you think that's a good investment, investing in those rare, you know, 1992 Stadium or those Big Bear Ralph Lauren polos? And a lot of people are saying, yeah, I think it is a good investment. So maybe people are investing in these Starbucks mugs, assuming that, hey, there's a lot of collectors interested. These things are only getting harder and harder to come across. Maybe they're investing in it. I don't know. That's just an option right there. But 2.5 gallon 2002 Miami, Florida city mug. And as you can see, if this works properly compared to a typical cup of Starbucks coffee in the little plastic cups, it's much bigger. So gateway to the Americas. I'm not sure what else it says. $260. That's pretty crazy. Next up is a rare, as I read the title, a rare 2002 giant Starbucks Boston Skyline Series coffee mug, another 2.5 gallon. So I think you guys are starting to see a pattern. These mugs that are big, 2.5 gallons, 5 gallons, they tend to bring in a premium. $199, one bid, Boston. He's got the ruler here. She's got the ruler in front to show that width, which I think is important. Pictures. There's the bottom. It's the barista Skyline series. So again, guys, I'm definitely no expert when it comes to mugs, especially Starbucks. I literally just went to the sold listings to educate myself. But one thing I'm noticing is there's different models, right? There's the Skyline series. Some are saying barista. Another one was saying city mug. So it looks like there's a bunch of different ones. So be sure to do your homework. If you find one of these mugs, type it into the sold listings, obviously mentioning the location, right? If it's Boston, type in Boston, type in the series, whether it's Skyline or a city mug. Just try to type as many words as you can see on the bottom of these mugs and find comparable items that sold. And then I would price it, accordingly. Next up, I don't even know where this is located. Banff. Where's Banff? I have no clue. I'm going to be honest with you. 2011 collectible coffee mug, global icon cup, Canada mint. So maybe this is Canada. Interesting. So yeah, Banff. A lot of people were mentioning this in the comments. These things are selling like hotcakes. This one particular location, 2011, $195. If I type this in under Starbucks mug, bunch of these puppies I've actually sold. So these look like the more current ones right here, going for $17.95. Here's an older one. It appears 2011, 175, 129, 149, 104 appears to be international, 150. Here's a newer one, $17.95, 134, 158, 138, 249. That's brand new, according to the title, 2010. So yeah, this one's definitely a money maker. I mean, just imagine going into a thrift store or a garage sale and picking up one of these puppies for $100, $150. What's the ROI on that? It's a lot. Let me jump into the comments section and see what's going on a Saturday night. 68 people watching live. I appreciate you guys here. Thanks for hitting that like button. Thanks for showing support. Thank you for leaving some cool comments. Bobby Moons is saying Banff is a resort town in the province of Alberta, located within Banff National Park. So I learned something new. Appreciate that, Bobby. Rick Remix, Ski Town. So Betty's saying that's the most beautiful resort place. So a lot of people know where that is located. I seem to be the only one who doesn't know. Aaron saying, give away a Raiken Profit mug. Hey, if I had one, I definitely would. What'd you guys do tonight on a Saturday night? I'm curious to know how your night went. What did you do? Did you work? Did you spend time with girlfriend or boyfriend or family? Maybe you were just by yourself. Let me know in the comments section. Pretty much all I did today was I cleaned. I moved into my new apartment, hung out with my girlfriend for a bit. Her and her friend and I, we went out to an Indian restaurant, had some good food. And now here I am making a cool video about the top 11 most expensive Starbucks mugs that's sold on eBay. So that's a pretty good night for me. I'll tell you right there. I've got nothing to complain with. J.R. White saying home with the dog. What kind of dog do you have? Moved into, they don't allow animals. There's like a lot of rules over here. You can't even park in front of your own garage yet. Like your car literally has to be in the garage. So there's some strict rules over here, but it's a nice community and I'm really happy to be here. Just Zajic saying watching Raiken Profit. That's your night. That's fun. Counted the $19.99 in sales I had today. A lot of work. Bobby Moon said yard sale. I went to one yard sale today too. It was horrible. It's too cold over here. There's like none over here. Yard sale barbecue, struggled making new listings. I hear you on that. Got to get them done. Z3 No Z says sold an iPhone 6 for $80 profit. That's cool. Nice work. How did you get it? I'm assuming maybe you sold your own and got the iPhone 7, or maybe you picked it off of Craigslist. All right, let's jump back into the Starbucks mugs. Here's another one. Here's a discontinued rare Starbucks mug from Utah. Global icon downhill skier, 2012. Show you some pictures. They sold for $245. I know it's crazy, guys. I don't know who would pay this much for a mug. But I tell you right now, one thing that I've learned as a reseller is it's not our job to judge why people do things. Our job is to find the products and connect the dots, connect the product with the seller, bring it to market, The market wants what the market wants. The market's willing to pay what the market's willing to pay. The market doesn't care what we think. The market doesn't care what our opinion is. The market doesn't care if it's right or wrong or if it's underpriced or overpriced. The market just wants what it wants. So our job is to go out there to the thrift stores. It's to go out there to the garage sales, the flea markets, find undervalued products online, whatever your method is for finding products and bringing it to the market, connecting it to that customer, right? So that's one thing I've learned is, the craziest things will sell. Things that you can never even imagine would sell for what it sells for, sells. So discontinued rare Starbucks mug, Utah, $245, which is it's pretty crazy. Let's look into the description, see what they said. Mug, mint condition, no original sticker or box, but never used. Perfect. I don't think this box is original to the mug, but it fits nicely in there and you can keep the box. Well, thank you very much for that box. You will not be disappointed in the condition of this mug. It is shiny, bright, fresh, just like it came off the assembly line. Thanks. I like that description. He sold me on it. I'm paying $245 all day long. The last mug that I wanted to share with you is from Sacramento. Starbucks Sacramento. Title says that it's rare in parentheses. Global icon mug, $192.99. Yeah, $192.99. $12 shipping. And yeah, that's a lot of money for a mug. It is a lot of money for a mug. And it's just amazing what some people are willing to pay. Description states, Sacramento Starbucks global icon mug, lightly used, some faint white marks. See photos. I will be shipping every day before Christmas. So this actually sold March 10th, 2017. So I'm not sure why he's mentioning Christmas unless the date's off for one reason or another. But there you go guys. 11 Starbucks mugs that sold on eBay. Believe it or not, guys, if you don't believe me, go into the sold listings, type in Starbucks mugs, click sold listings, sort it from the most expensive downwards, and do your own research. It's amazing, guys. Like I said when this show started, you ain't going to find these things every day. You're not going to find them every week or every month. You'll be lucky to find them once every year or two. I've been doing this for quite a while, and I've only found a few of them. So, the point of this wasn't to get your hopes up that you're going to find one tomorrow, which, the funny thing is I'll make these videos about like these super rare items at times, and like someone will find it like a couple days later, and I'll be like, holy crap. Really, the purpose of this is to open up your eyes to the opportunities. So if you're ever in a situation where you do find one of these items, you recognize it and you understand that there's value to it. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to a garage sale, a thrift store when I was new, and a couple months later, I'm doing my research or I'm watching a thrift haul video on YouTube, and I see something that I saw before, but I passed up on because I was like, oh, that thing ain't worth anything. It's stupid. It's a mug, right? It's a Sacramento mug. What's that worth? 10, 12 bucks. And then I realized it's worth hundreds. It's happened to me so many times. It's happened with me with electronics, with clothing items. The list goes on and on, guys. I've made so many mistakes as a reseller. It's insane. All right. I think it's normal to make mistakes and to look back and say to yourself, what the heck was wrong with me? Why did I not pick up that item? Or why did I do that? Or why did I not look that item up? It's just part of the process. So hopefully this helped some of you guys out. And maybe one day you'll be at a garage sale and you'll find yourself a cool city mug for a couple bucks or a quarter and flip it for a couple $100. That would be really cool if that ever happened. So let me dive into the comments. If you guys have any questions, anything that you want answered, any concerns, obstacles, challenges you're dealing with, feel free to drop a comment right now while we're live, and I'll do my best to answer any questions you guys have. Carol says, found one city mug sold for $37.50. So it looks like certain cities, tourist attractions tend to do a lot better. That's what I'm learning. And, other cities don't do as well for one reason or another. So do your research, right? Look it up. Zajic says, watched your Donald Trump vid and got disappointed because I passed up on a Trump collection shirt. those Trump items weren't worth much money up until he became president. And now pretty much anything Donald Trump is worth pretty decent money and has tripled or quadrupled in value. But some things. So you definitely want to look up the Donald Trump stuff. Michael says, going sourcing tomorrow. Now I know to look for these items. That's what it's all about, right? That's what these videos are about. It's educational. It's not to come off as if I know it all, or even as if I'm trying to like teach you everything about Starbucks mugs, because really like the purpose of a lot of these videos, I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I'm educating myself and I'm simply just putting on my screen and recording it and just doing research. So, that's what it's all about. It's about educating yourself and doing the best you can and learning a little more than you knew the day before. And I think that's the best way to stay ahead of the curve. That's the best way to assure that you're always going to be able to make money regardless of a job, because you're building your skill set. You're building your knowledge base. And the more you know, the more you grow. And that's the name of the game right there. It's all about education in this game, right? Obviously, there's a lot of software now and technology that kind of takes away from that for a bit, but you know, having that knowledge of, especially of like antiques or electronics or, you know, those video games. I mean, if you have that knowledge, you're going to be quicker to the punch, and there's going to be a lot of things that people don't scan, they don't look up because it takes time. But if you have that knowledge, you pick it right up and you make that money. So that's really what it's all about. At what number of listings did you start seeing sales every day? I mean, you know, 4 years ago when I started doing this, once I had gotten up 15, 20, 30 items, I started to see sales pretty much every day. You know, sometimes a day would pass or 2 days would pass and, you know, I wouldn't get a sale. But especially once I got over like 100 listings and I was making sure that I wasn't buying the crap that I initially was buying, because I made a lot of mistakes buying clothing items and just, you know, things that maybe sell once every couple months. You know, I started to focus on items that really had a market. And once you, obviously, to make more sales on eBay, you've got to build up your inventory. But even more importantly, you need to make sure that there's a market for the products that you're buying, because you could have an inventory of 1,000 items, but if it's all junk and nobody really wants it, then you're not going to sell much. So, you know, you got to buy items that are undervalued, that obviously have a potential to make a profit. You've got to buy items that have a market, right? A demand. And if you want to make more money, you've got to find more items and list more items, right? That fit that criteria. It's not rocket science, but obviously it's easier said than done. So just keep building up your inventory, keep researching, keep educating yourself. Speedy Smith is asking, what did you do with, if you had a pile of clothes that won't sell, what do you do with them? There's a couple different things you can do. I mean, if they're already listed and they're not selling, you can either, you know, reduce the price. You could run a sale. You know, running sales on your eBay store always tends to bump up the traffic organically and helps you to get more sales. So you could either run a sale, you could take them down and burn them, or you could donate them, which I typically do. I donate them, or I just let them sit in my store forever. And then I realized like a year and a half later, I just wasted like $8 and relisting them. So you can take whatever route that you want to take, but I say the best thing is to just blow it out, right? Reduce the price, run a sale. If it doesn't sell, you know, 6 to 12 months, just get rid of it, right? It depends on your business model. There's some people that are willing to wait a year and a half because they paid $2 and they're trying to get that $150, and a year and a half later they do. Maybe that's a little far-fetched, but I think you get the point I'm trying to say. It's up to you. You make the rules, you know? You run your business however you want to run it. You know, the way I run my business might not be right for you, and the way the next guy runs his business might not be right for me. So, you know, you take a little from everybody and you experiment and see what works for you. Linda Glass says, Raiken, you are the one I watched when I first started, learned tons from you. Thank you. Thank you. Linda Glass, thank you for that comment. It means a lot to me. And it's just amazing to know that this YouTube channel has really helped so many people out. So that definitely makes me feel good, and I appreciate that. How many listings are you personally trying to get up each day? It really depends, right? There's been months where I didn't list at all on eBay, and I just let my business kind of do its thing and sales dwindled. There's times where, I'm listing 20, 30 a day, trying to get things crazy. But on average, if I'm really trying to grow my eBay business, my sweet spot was always about 10 per day, Monday through Friday. That's a really good point. Doing that, I was able to pretty easily get up to 3 to 5,000 per month, just listing 10 a day. That's by yourself. When I had an employee and I had people helping out, list more, you can typically sell more. But for most people, you want to get into a routine, right? You want to get into some type of listing habit, whether it's 5 a day or 10 a day, or maybe, 3 days a week and you do 10 per day for 3 days. It's just, I think honestly, a lot of people, before you list like everything in one day and then you don't list again for like a week and a half. And I feel that it's better to list consistently every day or every other day versus doing a bunch in like one day. But that might not work for you guys. For me personally, because I'm actually getting ready to scale things up again with eBay, I'm going to be hiring a lister for me because I've been doing everything on my own. I'm actually going to hire somebody, and I want to try to do 1 day a week, just listing 1 day a week. What I might do, because here's my issue. I don't want to have an employee here with me every single day for like 2 or 3 hours. I'd rather have them here 1 day a week for like 10 hours because I have to sit there and manage them and be in the house because they're going to be in my house. So what I think I'm going to do is have them list maybe, I don't know, 50 or 60 in a day. We'll see how much we can do in 8 to 10 hours. And I think what I'm going to do is have them put it in draft mode, right? I'm going to go through all their listings, make sure everything looks good. Everything fits what I'm trying to accomplish. And then I think I'm going to schedule them out, right? Like maybe to have like 10 a day go for like 5 or 6 days a week. I think that's what I'm going to do instead of just banging them all out and sending them out that one day. I don't know. I'm going to experiment, but I think that's what I'm going to do. Someone said, I found a pair of Vineyard Vines swim trunks this week. I wouldn't know this brand, but for listening to you, where's my commission? I'm just kidding. Vineyard Vines is, it's one of my favorite brands. So congrats on that. I was just watching Jesse with Thrift School. Look him up on YouTube, Thrift School. He found a really nice 1/4 zip up with a cool pattern, kind of like a sweater of Vineyard Vines, probably an easy 40, 50 bucks. So Sultan, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Thank you very much for all you do. It is such a pleasure to find you here live so many times a day. It's a lot of fun, right? I mean, people ask me, why do you continue to do YouTube? It's a lot of fun connecting. I mean, it gets lonely, as an entrepreneur and as a reseller. So it's fun connecting with you guys. It's fun reading the comments. I enjoy learning with you guys, and I learn a lot, obviously from going through these videos, but I learn a lot from the comments, especially pronunciations. And also, YouTube actually is starting to pay pretty well. So 100% real. Obviously, I like connecting. I love learning. But I've gotten to a point now where actually making videos is starting to be, it's not huge money, but it's a nice side hustle. It's a good income that I earn off of the ads and, different things. So it's a win-win, right? It's, I get to earn money from the videos. I get to help people. I get to learn. So it's just, I'm super grateful. It's just here Saturday night, just, had a nice dinner, sipping on a little coffee here, learning with you guys. I mean, it's fun. I like to show off my radio voice. I don't think so. I don't think I have a radio voice here on the Raiken Profit YouTube channel. That's like a creepy voice. Anyways, Raiken, are you doing any Northeast meetups? I'm in New Jersey and I need to meet up the OGs of reselling. I'm going to be in Neptune City. Is that what it is? Neptune City, I think, at the ACE conference. So let me, ACE conference, Sam Cohen. I think you can see my screen right now. Let me make sure that you can see my screen. Okay, cool. I'm going to be, where is it? I'm going to be at this conference, April, when is it? April 23rd. It's actually in New Jersey. So you might want to consider joining this. This is by my buddy, Sam Cohen. I just interviewed him the other day. He did $20 million on Amazon in 2016. Yeah, he did $20 million. I know it sounds crazy, but this guy, just a pretty crazy businessman. He does a lot, and he messes with wholesale, private label, retail arbitrage, online arbitrage. I mean, he's been in the game for a while, but he's throwing this this conference. I'm going to be there with my mother, Mama Profits. There's going to be a bunch of Green Room members there. Chris Green's going to be there. A ton of speakers: Stephen Peterson, Brian Burt, just a lot of people. So I would definitely check that out. But on a side note, we're going to be holding a Connecticut meetup. I think we're going to do it probably early March. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Looks like we got some people in here coming through with the super commenting. So I want to give a big shout out to Jillian. So Jillian, thank you so much. I appreciate that $2 super comment. That's awesome. Jillian states, my knowledge comes from all you do. Thank you. Well, I appreciate that. But I tell you right now, a lot of credit, because most people can watch videos, most people can learn, but taking what you know, it is what it's all about. You know, education, people say, power, education is power. Well, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think education is potential power. You've got to use it, though, to get the power. So Jillian, it sounds like you're taking what you're learning from me and other people and what you're learning on your own and applying it. And I think that's really important. Sultan hooking me up with a $2 super comment. This is really cool. I appreciate the love, guys. Here is your cut for the $1 book that sold for 10. Sweet. I am making commissions left and right over here. I'm getting rich. Jillian and Sultan they're getting me rich. No, all jokes aside, I really appreciate it. Jillian, Sultan, I appreciate it. Making these videos, and I suggest anyone out there, if you want to connect more with like-minded people, if you want to, deeper than just, what it is you're doing, if you really want to like make a difference in this world, have a YouTube channel and, start sharing what you know, because, let's be honest, I don't share the most complicated, complex stuff. I'm a pretty basic guy. I deal with a lot of beginner, intermediate stuff. And, I'm not typically making content that's super advanced. And a lot of people might think, well, Steve, a lot of the stuff you talk about is beginner. I agree, but that's what I like to talk about. I like to help the beginners, and believe it or not, at times I still don't believe it. Like a lot of things I share, I think like, oh, everybody knows it, but don't think that, right? Because things that that you might think to yourself, oh, it's so simple, it's so basic. There's somebody out there who could benefit from that. Yeah, it's cool. It's definitely cool having this channel. Betty says that was an awesome interview with Sam Cohen. Yeah, it was like really motivational. Like I had a hard time sleeping that night. I just wanted to go like become a millionaire after watching that. Watching it, I felt like I was watching it, but I was conducting it. Check out Raiken and Bonafide's interview with him. It was awesome. Yep, that was a great show right there. Raiken Deals, action is power. That's what it's all about. Mr. Sadie, Bubba, we meet again, friend. Bubba, though, when are you going to be at any conferences? I know there's the conference, the Rocky Mountain Conference, which I'm thinking about attending. I'll be at the ACE conference in April. I'll be at the Seller Summit in Fort Lauderdale the end of May, which is like an Amazon wholesale Shopify conference. I'll be at the Green Room meetup in July. So, and then at the beginning of March, we're going to hold a Connecticut meetup. So I'm here. I'm out there, guys. I'm looking to meet up with you guys and connect, and it's a lot of fun. So get out there and network. I want to say your name is Romy or Rami. I don't know. I'm going to call you Mrs. Bach. Hey, Steve, thanks for doing this video tonight. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I didn't slaughter your name, but I appreciate having you here. In the sun by the beach. I'm too shy to do YouTube. I'm shy too. That's why I'm doing this screen share. You can do screen shares. You don't have to show your face. Bobby Moon says, Sam Cohen got me so hyped. I'm telling you, the guy is a super motivator. Hey, yeah, Jillian and Sunny, you guys have to connect and get on the YouTube. But anyways, guys, that's the video. Top 11 most expensive Starbucks mugs that sold on eBay. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, do me a big favor, guys, and smash. You got to smash it. You got to hit it hard. Smash that like button. Show some love. Show some support. Definitely appreciate that. There's a lot of other great YouTubers out there. So start searching around YouTube. Type in different keywords, selling on eBay, eBay business, Amazon FBA, you know, just different keywords. And you're going to find a lot of other resellers out there who are putting out content than I am, just putting out such amazing, transparent, honest, helpful content. So get out there in the community, subscribe to all the other YouTubers out there, you know, comment on their videos, connect with people. And it's just good karma, right? When you connect with others and help people and make a difference in their life, it comes back to you. So hopefully you guys have a really nice, relaxing, and profitable rest of the weekend. I'll catch you guys on Monday. I'm actually going to be bringing on my buddy Jim Pickens, who released the course, Book Selling 101, which you can learn more about at raikenprofit.com/book selling 101. He put out a really, really good course that I'm going through currently with Mama Profits. It's a course about selling books on Amazon, and it's a step-by-step course. It's literally like the best course you can get for under $100. So I'm going to be interviewing him on Monday, talking about a lot of basics and a lot of beginner stuff that has to do with starting your own book selling business. We're going to talk about his course a little bit, and we're going to just try to help you guys out as much as possible, because I think books are just a fabulous way to make some side cash full time, right? I know things have gotten a little more difficult with books lately, but it's not dead. There's a ton of money to be made. You just have to find, you know, more expensive books essentially. So Jim Pickens is going to be coming on Monday. Also at the end of the month, I believe the 25th, bringing on Greg Mercer, the CEO of Jungle Scout. So he has a really cool software that helps people, you know, find products and analyze potential markets and products and whatnot. So got a lot of cool things planned in the future. Looking forward to keeping you guys posted with my new eBay setup and my Amazon setup, which is going to be created over the next couple weeks. So I'll keep you posted with that. But yeah, have a great night. Keep on picking and making on money. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you watching. Bye.